watuombee tupate umoja. Hiyo mjadala inaanza tarehe 12 mwezi wa 8. Tunaanza that conversation. Kila mtu mwenye ako na idea, kila mtu mwenye ako na maono, kila mtu mwenye ako na mpango, tukutane, so that a good plan gives way to a better plan, and a better plan gives way to the best plan, and then we can move together as a nation. Mnasema tuendelee.
8 days to August 12th, 2026. And write down, on that day, President William Ruto says he will launch the biggest conversation in Kenya's history. A 25-year plan beyond Vision 2030. He calls it a consequential. But with the 12 months to go to 2027 election, is this about Kenya's future or about Ruto's political survival? By the end of this video, you will know what really at stake and why history says this could either make him or break him. Now, this is Red Pen TV. We read between the lines. We don't just do politics. According to State House, August 12 starts a national conversation to build a blueprint for 2050. And President Ruto says Vision 2030 is ending and it is time for something new. On paper, every great nation does this. Singapore had Vision 2030, Rwanda has Vision 2050. But here is the problem. As George Sandayana warned, that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Kibaki gave us Vision 2030 in 2007. Uhuru gave us the Big Four agenda in 2016. Both became the campaign posters. So when President announces a vision, 8 days to launch, 12 months to election, then Kenyans don't hear policy. Instead, we hear politics. Now, today is August 4th, 2026, and the election will be held in August 2027. This is the exactly 12 months. Now, look at the pattern. 2007, Kibaki launches Vision 2030. He wins 3 months later. 2016, Uhuru launches the Big Four agenda. He uses it to campaign in 2017. And now, 2026, Ruto launches Beyond 2030, 12 months to 2027. Now, as Rigiji already called it, is this a new deal with Uhuru? Is this the BBI too? And that is because in politics, as Bismarck said, and I quote, that long-term politics is the art of possible, the attainable, the art of the next best. And when the clock is ticking, the long-term planning sounds like short-term campaigning. So the question is not what the plan is. The question is, why now? Let us be brutally honest. 2023 finance bill, we consulted Gen Z, and they said that lies, and in fact, they went down and shut the country down. In 2024, we had the broad-based government, and Tiva July said that only 20% support it. Now, 2025, again, we had housing, we had a SHA, we had digital ID, and every promise met with protest. Now it is 2026, national conversation. But trust, as they say, takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. So TIFO also says that 63% of Kenyans believe there is no strong opposition to check the government. So who will speak for the people on August 12th? And who will force the government to listen after? This is why a young senator like Sifuna is at 15% nationally. People are tired of documents. They want leaders who hear them. You cannot pour Vision 2030 into a cup that is already full of broken promises. So I'm not saying it is evil. I am saying let us read the board. Because in politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can be and bet that it was planned that way. So move one, we have the legacy. Kibaki gave Vision 2030, Uhuru gave SGR as the legacy, and if Ruto succeeds beyond 2030 vision, this is the history that he will be making. Not share, not housing, but just a vision. So because a good leader, as Jack Welch said, creates a vision, articulates the vision, and passionately owns the vision. Move two, imagine 2027 debates. My opponents have insults. I have a 25 plan. It frames him as the serious presidential forward-thinking candidate. And move three, change the news. Right now, the headlines are cost of living, unemployment, protests, and so on. So with beyond 2030, headlines become the future, innovation, growth, and so on. So he moves the conversation from what have you done to where are we going? That is masterclass politics. So the opposition trap now. Look at this. Kalonzo is at 13%. Sifuna is at 15%. Matiang'i is at 14%. The opposition is fragmented. If they boycott the August 12th, Ruto says they have no agenda, hawana mpango, kazi yao ni kuniita Kasongo must go. And if they attend, they help him to look legitimate. But they should remember this. If you are not at the table, you are on the menu. The only winning move, show up with a better plan, hijack his conversation. Like in 2010, the side that showed up with proposals won the constitution. Will they be smart or will they be loud? Let us look at the Gen Z verdict. Who are the gatekeepers? Boss, this is everything. Gen Z killed the finance bill with 60-second TikToks. They made Sifuna a national name in 6 months. What do they want? Jobs now, not 2050. So if August 12th is a hotel meeting, suits and NGOs, then they will cancel it in 2 hours. But if Ruto brings real youth, real hawkers, real mamambogas, real bodabodas, and commits to 3 deliverable in 90 days, then he might buy back some trust. Because the future, as Malcolm X put it, belongs to those who prepare for it today. And as of today, August 4th, the online mood is jobs now beyond 2030. So Ruto is not preparing for 2050. He is being charged for 2027. Now, there are scenarios that they are going to decide within these 8 days. We are in one of those moments Lenin talked about. There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. So scenario one, if this vision 2050 works, real public participation, 5 projects announced by December, Ruto becomes the father of vision 2050 and he wins 2027. Scenario 2, if it backfires, which is mostly 40%, it looks like a PR, Gen Z memes it, opposition uses it as a proof, he loses the narrative for 2027. And scenario 3, it fizzles, and that is about 45%. So the big speech, big launch, then silence, like BBI, like Big Four, another PDF on a government website. My bet is still on scenario 3, unless August 12th shocks us. Now, this is my verdict. The idea of beyond 2030 is not wrong. Every nation needs to dream, but the dreams without trust are just illusions. August 12th is not about a document, it is about credibility. Will he listen? Will he implement? Will he involve real people? Or will this be another speech? Because in the end, as Abraham Lincoln said, the ballot is the stronger than the bullet. And in 12 months, Kenyans will answer this with their vote. So this is my final question to you. 8 days to go. Do you think this national conversation is genuine or it is just PR for 2027? Comment below. I will read the best comment once the text in the video. And if this breakdown opened your eyes, then subscribe to Red Pen TV and ring the bell. We read beyond the lines and we don't just do politics. See you in the next video. Thank you.